What's happening, Hardscapers? Today I'm doing a bunch of consultations, so I thought it'd be a good idea for me to do a consultation video of what I bring with me on every single consultation that I do. Let's get into this. So when it comes to consultations, I've already pre-qualified the potential client. I've asked them a lot of questions about their budget, what they want done with their project, and other questions that really helps me decide whether or not it'd be a good fit for us to continue to the next step in the process, which would be an on-site consultation. And from there, we may take it to a design stage, or we may just skip that if it's a small enough project and move to a quoting step in the process, or even come back and revisit that design process. Besides asking many more questions about the potential project with the client, what we also need to do is be able to measure. So I've got 3 measuring devices here that really help me be able to do that. First one is nice and simple, a measuring tape. It allows me to do smaller measurements for smaller projects. Typically all I may need, especially if we're doing a small quote. Now if it's a larger project and we're getting into doing many larger measurements, so we're doing an outdoor living space of some sort, pool project, renovation, whatever that might be that's larger in scale, definitely having a measuring wheel comes in handy. Now this is a Plot by Carta. It is a digital measuring wheel. It allows me to take digital measurements, draw it all up on a sketch, and email it to myself back home so that I can take a look at it and use those precise measurements to do a design from. This is great, especially if we're doing the front and backyard, so I can go all around the house, draw that out, and then start to draw each of the aspects, different aspects of a project out on the same design, and be able to do calculations right in the app right there. So we can get the measurement of the perimeter of a pool for coping. We can get the measurement of the entire backyard and then start to split that off into different areas, even the front walkway, a side walkway, all along with that. So this measuring wheel has really helped me to be able to streamline that process in my business. And we actually do have a video directly on our channel specifically about this digital measuring wheel. And additionally, when you're getting into larger projects, you also need something to measure elevation, to decide if there's going to be steps, if there's going to be elevation changes, raised patios, whatever that might look like, or even drainage. If you're going to be paving the majority of a backyard, where are you going to put that water? That's where this high precision altimeter comes into play. This will help us take those elevations. It's also, I enjoy it much more than a rotary laser level in this quoting process specifically, because it is easy to set up and easy to move around a backyard project, to be able to take those different elevations, jot them down, and bring them back to my office to be able to do that design. It's also a great conversation starter because not a lot of contractors will pull something like this out. It's a great conversation starter for a client, and we get this many times when we do pull this out, to ask us, what is that? How does it work? And it just allows us to look a little bit more professional, allows us to show them that we're taking precise measurements, we're taking this project very seriously, and this has been a great conversation starter, as well as to show that we are a little bit more of authority in the space in taking these measurements, because you'd be surprised how many contractors won't take those elevations, or they're not experienced enough to even know to take elevations. So those are our measuring devices for our quoting process, and these really have helped me in my business to be very precise. Most clients are typically familiar with our work because they've been on our website, they've had to fill out a form on our website to be able to contact us, so they should be somewhat familiar with our portfolio of work. But even prior to the first consultation, I will send them photos of some of my work to be able to show them not only our work, but the different features that we can include in their designs. From there, they may know product that they're interested in, or they may have already brought it up because they've already gone shopping for different products prior to contacting me or other contractors. But regardless, what I typically have are samples of products that I typically install. Things like natural stone samples. I've got different colors and sizes of these natural stone samples with them labeled so that they can see what they can get into with natural stone. But we also have different panels here that our manufacturer has actually sold to us where it has all the different colors and textures of certain products that are very popular. So we bring a couple of those panels with us to show them the color blends that they can get into, or the products that they can get into. But on that initial consultation, I don't try to get too carried away with choosing the exact product. What I want to show them is what they can get and what is a typical product that we might install or is very popular in the market, so that they can get an idea and they can start to think more about the product that will suit their specific project. What I want to do is to be able to do that, include something in the quote and label it specifically in the quote so they know what product I am including in the quote. But once they are interested in moving forward with a down payment, I'll meet them at my supplier, which has all the different products that they can touch, feel, see the full sizes of them, so that they can actually choose a few of them that I can then order samples, bring it out to them for a second consultation, and then we can really narrow down what that might look like. If it's a project that I think we're going to be using a synthetic base on, I'll carry around a piece to be able to show them what it looks like, what it's made of, let them touch, feel it, explain the advantages of using this product, as well as maybe some non-woven and woven geotextile little squares of that, and put this all on a keychain. I don't have it with me here right now, but that's what I'll do so that I can explain to them even GeoGrid, a small piece of GeoGrid. I do have a keychain in my truck so that I can explain to them our process if they are interested in going through that, so that I can explain to them how our installation process really is a standard in the industry in terms of our base preparation, using a geotextile, being able to use a synthetic base where applicable, and how biaxial GeoGrid can help them stabilize their base for much longer. I always have a tablet with me as well with some of our projects on it that we like to showcase and show them in person. It's rare that I actually bring that out because they have typically seen our portfolio and seen some of our work already. I also have a notepad to be able to take notes of my elevations of my measurements if needed, but the measuring wheel has really taken a lot of load off my shoulders with that. But we still need to take our elevations and be able to jot those down. I do have product catalogs available if needed and to be able to drop those off, but I try not to. I try to steer a client towards specific products based on what they're telling me, rather than to leave them with a product catalog book for them to flip through and just get overwhelmed with all the different choices that they can go through. Really choosing the right product comes down to that second consultation where we'll meet at the supplier and really narrow down what we're going to get into. It's important to remember that you are the professional. You should be knowledgeable on these certain products, what they can and can't use, where you should be steering them towards based on the product, based on the application, and based on what their interests and what is aesthetically appealing to them. That may take some time, or even just talking to a supplier for a certain period of time and understanding the catalog books and reading through them, the tech spec guides, whatever that might be, and to really get to that point where you can be an expert in the field of products. Most manufacturers have certain seminars in the wintertime that you can attend to learn more about all these things and to become that expert that you strive to be. This is what I carry with me to my first consultation. That's my process for my first consultation. If you do anything differently, if you carry something else with you, please leave it in the comment section below. I would love to know what you do, if it differs, if there's similarities, differences, whatever it might be. Comment section below. Please like this video if you found it helpful for whatever reason. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching.